Hey YouTube, in this video we're going to cover a really cool tool that my friend Stefan made. It's an automatic jump cutting software. For those of you who don't know, a jump cut is when you cut out a long period of silence in your videos so it sounds more smooth. I'm using it for this video and I'll be using it for every video in the future so you can kind of see how it works. So let's figure out how to download it. I'll have the links to these downloads in the description of this video. However, you can also get it from the Discord server in the description as well. To access the channel with the links, go to the Role Assignments channel and type in .iam space general space chat. And if you give yourself this role, you'll be able to see the general chat category with the channel that has the tools. But it would probably just be easier if you got it from the description. If you have any issues with this software, you will want to join the channel because we have a bot that'll automatically respond to most of the issues. Anyways, before we actually try to download it, we have to disable our virus protection. I don't fully understand it, but virus protections are seeming to have an issue identifying this because it's made with Java, and I guess it's having an issue, identifying it. So if you want to be able to use this extremely useful software, you'll have to disable your virus protection while we install it. I already did that. I disabled mine for an hour. I recommend you guys pause the video and do that now before we continue. I'm going to be downloading the EXE version, but you guys can get either one. So I'm going to click on this link, and it's opening up. It's going to save, and I'm going to save it to this folder in my documents, but you guys can save it anywhere, and I'm going to overwrite it. And it's downloading. I will pause the video until it's done downloading. Alright, so I've downloaded the software, and I've gone to the folder where I downloaded it to. Now I'm going to double-click on the Auto Jump Cut installer, and I'm going to let it install. I'm going to install it to my C drive, and there we go. Obviously, you can install it anywhere. Now I'm going to launch the program. When you first install it, it could take up to 30 seconds to maybe a minute for it to finish booting up, because it's optimizing itself for your computer. So when you first install the program and you first run it, it's going to look like this. Forget about all that and close it. And then press the start button and reopen it. The reason why we had to do that is because it loaded properly the first time, but now it has to load one more time for it to be working as it's supposed to. This is kind of a bug in the current version, but the next version is going to have that fixed. Alright, so we're ready to use it. However, before we start using it, we have to browse for FFmpeg. This is a driver, essentially, that's being used to help cut the audio. So the location of this is going to be in the same folder you installed it in. I installed mine on my C drive in my program files. So I'm going to go to my program files, go to Auto Jump Cut Software, and then it's going to be ffmpeg.exe. So I'm going to open that. Now we're ready to use it. There's two options you can use with this software. You can edit a single video at once by just taking your clip and then dragging and dropping it in, and it'll automatically input it and produce an output video with the name cut added to the end. You can also click browse and browse for it that way. Or you can use the batch mode, which is what I usually use, in which case you can select a ton of videos at once and drag and drop them inside of here. What's really cool about the batch mode is it's going to show you how long the input video is, so about how long it is with all the videos you've put in, and then how long it's going to be after you're done jump cutting, what the output video is going to be like. It's an estimation, of course. You also do have to tweak these options down here. To explain what these options are at the bottom, I'm going to use the single jump cut so you guys can see. So I've got this up right now, and I'm going to click Load Video. Now you can see these red lines right here. That's a visual representation of the audio. Volume threshold is how loud or how quiet the volume is going to be until it's considered quiet, or a silence that is going to be automatically cut out of your video. I usually have mine set to somewhere between 7 and 10. Because I don't want it to cut out too much of my video and end up having it be super choppy. For this, I'm going to have it set to 8. Now, where it says shortest silence to cut, what that means is when it's found some sound that's within this threshold, how long do we want the sound to be at this volume before we say, alright, let's go ahead and cut that out? I normally have mine set from like somewhere between 0.3 to 0.4. I'm going to have mine set to 0.4. So to explain lead in and lead out, when it finds a silence, lead in is how far into that silence is it going to wait until it cuts the silence. And lead out is how far out of the silence is it going to wait until it cuts the silence. So if your videos are coming out kind of choppy, maybe after it cuts the silence, like it cuts out the end every time, then you're going to want to change the lead out. I normally have lead in set to somewhere around 0.3 or 0.4, and I have lead out somewhere between maybe 0.6 to 0.8. The best thing you can do is figure out how to configure this for your recording equipment. So the settings that I use might not work for you. I kind of talk at a loud volume sometimes, so I have to have my settings tweaked so it can register properly. It's important that while you're recording your videos, you record it all at a similar audio level, because if you don't, I've had instances where I've had to go back and re-edit videos with the software because I started talking a lot quieter, because I went back and recorded at a different time. So you want to make sure your videos are at the same pitch while you're recording them. Another feature of the single video editor is you can see the total in time and an estimated total out time, just like you can with the batch mode over here. A feature I noticed with the batch mode is it can only cut so much video at once, so I usually try not to cut more than maybe 30 videos at once, max. If your program freezes for some reason and you're trying to put in a bunch of batch files in, what you're going to want to do is close the program out, restart the program, and then input less videos in the batch mode. And if you want to, you can move these files up and down, and you can also remove them. When using the batch mode, you're going to have to specify an output video, which is basically the path plus the name that you want your video to be. I usually do browse and maybe put it on my desktop for ease of access or somewhere else. And I'll put it on my desktop, so I'll click OK, and then for file name, we'll just put test.mp4, press enter, and then it will make a video of all of these files. But I'm going to tweak these settings here real quick. Some nonsense that is all super messed up. And that, let's go to, that looks pretty good. I just click make video and it says splicing video. You can make this box disappear just by clicking on it. And you're going to want to wait until this is done before you start going crazy, because I'm assuming it's good to not mess with the program while it's working. You know, if you start clicking everywhere and spamming out, it could cause an issue later on. When it's done splicing, you'll see a message like this pop up, letting you know that it's done. So to edit 1.5 minutes worth of audio took maybe about 30 seconds. However, I edited a video yesterday using this, and it was a 16.5 minute long video, and it took, I don't know, maybe 2.5, 3 minutes to edit all of it. And I had almost 90 clips, so this is a really useful. I recommend that you guys figure out the right settings to use before you try using the batch mode. Just practice on single video mode first, which you can open up over here on the right side. If you accidentally close these and you want to know how you can bring them back up, just click on modules at the top, and then you just click on video, single video or multiple videos, and then you can see them back up. If your virus detection is triggered and it starts deleting files from this software, you're going to have to uninstall what did get installed, and then you're going to have to do the following. You're going to go to your file explorer in your PC, and then you're going to go to local C drive. Then you're going to go to users, and then you're going to go to your username, and then you're going to scroll down until you see Java X Virtual, which is where all the files are stored. You're going to want to delete that, because if you have some kind of reason that requires you to uninstall the program, there's still going to be some old files in this folder right here, and you don't want to run the risk of them causing some kind of conflict and then your software doesn't work. Honestly, if you have any issues with this program, which you really should not, just uninstall it and then delete this Java X Virtual folder right here and reinstall the program with your virus detection disabled. Now, when your virus detection comes back on, it's going to detect this folder as a virus, so you're going to want to add an exception to that. I'm using Avast. If you guys want to know how to add an exception, download some virus protection, click on this show hidden icons thing down here, hover over your virus protection, and you can right click on it, and it usually says that you can, choose some disable for a period of time mode. To add the actual exception, you would open up the interface, you would click on menu or some kind of options, and then you'd go to settings of some kind, and then you'd click on this exceptions tab, and then browse for the folder you want to add as an exception. It'll be different for each virus protection, but it'll be roughly the same process. So that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it. And thank you, Stefan, for making this software, because if you guys make YouTube videos, you know how much of a pain in the butt it can be to edit your videos. And this makes it so much easier. It takes out almost all the work. Some of my videos have taken me over an hour to edit, and this makes it 10 minutes at most. And again, it's my friend Stefan that made it. You can find him inside the Discord server. And if you have any issues with the software or anything that he's made, or really any of my other videos, I recommend that you join the Discord server and ask, because we have this Tommy bot right here, which Stefan also made. That's an advanced bot that's supposed to, I don't know how it works exactly, but it's got some crazy pattern recognition, and it's able to answer almost any question you have that it's at least trained to understand. So I really highly recommend you join the server and check it out. And if you like Tommy and you want to, get your own, just talk to Stefan. Anyways, thank you guys. I hope you enjoy it. Talk to you later. Bye.